Hey, Crafted Shutter Watchers, it's me, John, again here from the park, and yes, I'm shooting all day pictures for Grubhub at local restaurants in Hendersonville, North Carolina. So that's why I'm coming to you from the park today. I'm shooting on the Sony RX100 Mark V. And I do not have an external mic plugged in, and I apologize if the audio is not quite super perfect, but hey, I can get a video up and get it out quickly. Now, Final Cut Pro 10 and Resolve 15/16. I have been using Final Cut Pro for a very long time, and I've just now dove into using Resolve, and that's why you see some of the tutorials that I'm putting up on Resolve, because as I'm learning how to use it, then I'm going to show you how to use it. And the tutorials that I'm putting up don't waste time. I don't come on screen. I just start with the software, I show you how to do it, and I get out, okay? Because I think your time is valuable, and that's the way I like to watch tutorials on YouTube. When someone is concise, gets the information to you, and then you're done. So I've designed it in a way that if you're working in Resolve, that you could put it on a second monitor and follow along, or you could just put it on your phone by your computer and be able to follow along. You can slow it down if you need to, but I try to go at a pace that you could keep up with. So that's where I am at with Resolve. Now, what have I found in the differences? I tell you what, I've been pleasantly surprised. One of them is the render speed. I mean, I'm using Final Cut Pro 10 on a Mac Pro. It's a 2013 model, but I got 64 gigs of RAM. I've got two D500 graphics cards, and it's a pretty still beefy machine. But Resolve compared to Final Cut is actually slow compared to Resolve on my Mac Pro, and I was floored by the render times. So then I thought, well, you know, I still love editing in Final Cut. I love the magnetic timeline, so let me test stabilization. And again, Resolve was at least 3 times faster on stabilizing my clip. Same thing with noise removal, same thing with color correction, and it just flowed much faster than Final Cut. Someone's going to come and tell me, you don't know how to set up Final Cut. I do know how to set up Final Cut. I've been using Final Cut for 15 years. I know everything about setting up Final Cut. But Resolve is just doing it. Now, Final Cut does rendering in the background, and I've set everything to get the max speed out of I can, but I'm telling you, stabilization and noise removal in Resolve are faster no matter how I set up Final Cut Pro, okay? Also, the new cut page is very comparable to what I'm used to in Final Cut as far as the magnetic timeline and getting things done quickly. So I've been playing around with that and testing it. One thing that I like, and again, this is how you set up and what you get used to, but I like having the different tabs to work in different sections of the program without having to go outside to either After Effects or whatever. I like the nodes, and I'll get into node-based editing and give you some light tutorials on using that, but with Fusion built in, Fairlight for audio, the color correcting, the editing, I just cannot see where you're going to lose here. And also keep in mind that you can purchase this software, and you can purchase it for, you can purchase it for $300, but you can download it for free, and the free version has like 80 to 90% of everything that you're going to need in the software. Now, what I did is I went on eBay and I got one of the dongles, and it includes future software updates on Resolve. I got it for 150 bucks, a little under 150, $147. And so I got the whole studio version for 147 bucks. And that's why I've been playing around with it. It's just been fantastic. And so back to Final Cut. So in Final Cut, when I have to edit audio, I have to open up other screens. And yeah, you can set up different interfaces in Final Cut. But what I have found in DaVinci Resolve is it goes a lot deeper. In other words, there's a lot more I can do at each level of those tabs than I could in Final Cut without having to dig deeper into Final Cut to find it. So I find my workflow has sped up a whole lot faster by just being able to focus on the color grading, just being able to focus on the audio, just adding the special effects, all bundled into that one software. And again, it boggles my mind that you can download this for free, and I will leave a link below where you can download Resolve 16. It works on Mac, PC, and Linux, and it's great that I have the dongle, because if I ever go anywhere to edit, I can just plug that dongle in and edit on any computer. So listen, I want to encourage you, if you haven't downloaded the software, to go ahead and give it a try, because the color aspect of color grading alone is worth it when you're learning to color grade and use the software. Another thing that I want you to keep in mind when you are editing is speed. Whatever you get used to doing and keeping speed with, it really matters in the long run, because time is money. So when I found out that Resolve could speed up my workflow, and after testing it for myself, that's money in the bank for me. So that's why I'm going to continue to learn the program. I'm not getting rid of Final Cut. No, I have probably $1,000 worth of plugins for Final Cut. Some stuff's really high end, and I still like using Final Cut. But as far as value and for the money and what you can do in DaVinci Resolve, it has a bright future. And I am very excited about the software. So, you know, that's just my take on it. Again, if you're using Premiere, Avid, whatever you use to edit in, it doesn't bother me. This is my experience using DaVinci Resolve and Final Cut at the same time and testing them out. So that's what I've got for today. I hope you enjoy this channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Click on the bell below, get involved in the community, and we will see you in the next video.